When it comes to hotel credit cards, there's a lot of talk about status, perks, and benefits. But what if you don't care about any of that and you just care about the cheapest rate? This is my latest credit card, and I just hit the sign up bonus. And believe it or not, there's two variations of this same card where one has a no annual fee and one does. So in this video, I'm going to be going over the OneKey and OneKey Plus cards, which are essentially Expedia's credit cards offered to us by Wells Fargo, and I'll be informing us basically which one's the better one to choose, hands down, because there's an actual answer. And then I have a super exciting announcement at the end of the video. So with that, let's get straight into it. The currency we earn with these cards is called OneKey Cash, which can be redeemed for travel when we're booking on Expedia.com, VRBO, and Hotels.com, and it can never be redeemed for just like pure cold hard cash. Both of these cards basically have the same earning structure, where for each and every dollar spent, you're getting 3% back at the same three merchants, Expedia, VRBO, and Hotels.com. And you're also going to get 2% on gas, groceries, and dining. So the difference here is going to be with the no annual fee version, you're going to get 1.5% cash back everywhere. And with the annual fee version of $99, you're looking at 2% back. And I say cash back, but really it is OneKey Cash. From a perks perspective, both of these cards are World Elite MasterCards, so they come with those versions of benefits, where Wells Fargo is super famous for its cell phone protection, where for a deductible of $25, you can get up to $1,000 in cell phone protection. There's also standard travel protections. At the same time, with this specific card, you're basically going to get status equivalent with Expedia.com. And in this video, I'll probably use Expedia.com instead of saying OneKey every time, because OneKey is its own program, like imagine a hotel status program, but this is their version of said program. So with the no annual fee version, you get automatic silver status, where they say basically, hey, you're getting 15% discount on a multitude of properties. And the benefit of having the annual fee version is that you have gold status, which gives you 20% off. To be clear, this is not on every single property that's included, but I'll run through the app to show us kind of like, hey, this is what it looks like and what it looks like if you have OneKey Cash, and like how does it actually play into it with status, etc. very shortly here in this video. Once you have a level of status, you can spend your way to the next. So if you have the no annual fee version at silver, if you spend 15 grand, you'll get to gold. And if you have gold status with the annual fee version, you spend 30 grand, you'll get to platinum. Both of these cards have no foreign transaction fees. And with the annual fee version, you're basically paying $99, and a couple extra real tangible perks you can get is going to be TSA pre-check / global entry, which come with many other cards, but in this case, at least it comes with it for this annual fee. And you get $100 of anniversary OneKey cash that comes to you into your account. So really, if you do nothing really crazy, you're basically negating this $99 annual fee by the value you're getting in this OneKey cash. Of course, you got to value it as the same amount of value, but really, if you're looking on Expedia versus going through like a Marriott, Hilton, Hyatt, etc., chances are, hopefully, you're going to get actually a better rate / an equivalent rate of just booking like through a Priceline or Booking.com or other insert competitor. All right, so here we are in the Expedia app. And as you can see at the top right corner, I'm gold status, and this is purely through the credit card perk. And then you can see, okay, 686 and 61 cents in OneKey Cash. So this is from a $600 sign-up bonus, and then whatever spend was, adding to this amount in OneKey Cash. So here, if we just take an example, all right, next year, Chicago for travelers, right? We go to search. So how this is going to look like is, if you see this right below this filter area, you can see like, okay, this much in cash was applied of OneKey Cash. So although it looks like, oh, zero nightly, zero nightly, zero nightly, like the fact is like it kind of auto applies it to kind of show you like, oh, this is the value, by the way, that you could get. And then of course, the Emily Hotel Chicago, a little more on the fancier side, I would say. You can see, okay, gold price, 259 bucks off. This other one, Hotel Rio Plaza Chicago, 248 off for being gold. So this is kind of that 20% off up to benefit by being basically gold level status in the OneKey program. And when you go to view rewards activity in your account profile section, you can kind of see, okay, again, this is what level, this is what amount. I haven't really done any trips here to get any further in the tier. And then this is basically the earning, month over month. You can kind of see like, oh, this is what happened. And then, this is the, in the current month, there's nothing here, but, there will be with time. And you can kind of see the benefits at a glance. So travel purchases, everyday purchases, unlock platinum, anniversary bonus, extra perks. So if we open this extra perks, again, TSA pre-check, global entry, no foreign transaction fees, kind of things we covered thus far. My personal strategy with this card is really just that, hey, I'm spending 99, I'm getting 100 back. So if I don't do anything different, this kind of just keeps on going along and trucking along. And if I have the no annual fee version, that's fine. But then it would just sit there because I probably wouldn't use it that much if I'm being honest. Simultaneously, the sign-up bonus is that much more with the yes annual fee version, right, of 99. Of course, the spend requirements, it is bigger at 3,000 instead of 1,000, but if that works for you, then it works. If I had to pick only one, I would pick the OneKey Plus because this same logic holds where there's literally no reason to stop yourself with the no annual fee version if you have that little extra minimum spend to make, and in the long term, you don't mind essentially prepaying your annual fee by getting this same $100 in Expedia cash once more. Of course, if you're always a 5-star hotel or first class traveler, that $100 may not really be the way you want to use that credit, but in really more economy or budget kind of scenarios, that could easily either negate a whole, let's say, one night on the road if you're taking a road trip, or at the same time just help you towards that same booking you would have made for, again, maybe a $150 hotel, which isn't just 100, etc. And a quick fun fact about why I really like this card is because it has this little notch over here, and this notch is also seen on Synchrony's Virgin Red MasterCard, because it's basically apparently for the blind people to kind of identify like, oh hey, this is that card in my wallet. But when you think about it, if you have multiple cards just like this, like how are you going to differentiate it, right? So I don't know if that's totally true, but I will say that this card, seriously, for the versatility that Expedia has, and since like even 20 plus years ago in like just my memory, like Expedia really felt like, okay, like if you don't know anything about hotel status, like it feels like this is the only way to book. And so finally, you could say years later, they have their own program, like this OneKey program, which I'm not going to say it's the best or not, right? But it's definitely better than like a convoluted program where you don't even know what's going on. And this actually makes it more succinct. It's more in its time, like modern, and all the good things, like actually speaking. So which one's going to be better based on your travel or spending habits? If you literally do not want an annual fee, then you're going to pick the no annual fee version, because although the one with the annual fee gives you back, let's say for $99, that $100 of Expedia, aka OneKey cash to be spent, it's basically a break even in my eyes. But if you have that hard rule, no annual fee, then you know which one to pick. And if you're super mathematical or technical, then with the annual fee version, you're getting 2% back instead of 1.5% back on that non-categorical spend. So when you do the math, if you take all other cards in the universe of credit cards away, then of course you're going to come out ahead at a certain X amount of spend. But again, if you take that $99 annual fee and you negate it with the $100 given to you, then both of the cards are really the same. With the $99 annual fee version, aka the OneKey Plus, it's just better because why would you stick with the other one unless you have some specific situation, use case, what have us. But generally speaking, it's just going to make more mathematical sense in the short and long term by going with the OneKey Plus. Not to mention the obvious global entry / TSA pre-check credit that you get with the OneKey Plus as well. So what are the other considerations? I would say, very simply put, right? If you're booking through Expedia.com and you actually care about hotel status, what's going to happen? Well, most likely you're not going to get those elite night credits. In other words, you're not getting that next step towards status with that brand. But the flip side is you're hopefully getting a cheaper rate just by booking through Expedia.com or Hotels.com for that matter as well. And the obvious thing with OneKey Cash is that it's only redeemable on Expedia, VRBO, and Hotels.com. So yeah, it's not pure cash back. You're locked in. But also, if you're going to get this card, then it's kind of obvious that you're probably going to be redeeming it or really have to within this whole ecosystem. And at the time of recording specifically, the sign-up bonus is a little elevated, where you're going to get $400 back instead of, let's say, $300 with the no annual fee version. And for me too, I signed up for the $600 bonus after $3K in spend in the first 3 months. So in the longer term, at least at the time of recording, it says like, hey, December 1st, 2025, the offer is valid until, but they could pull that a lot earlier. They could also reintroduce it later. It is what it is. All right, if you came this far in the video, I want to say thank you. But more importantly, if you're a loyal follower of the channel, it's been almost 40 days since I haven't uploaded. And the reason is there's been a lot of work that's been going on in the background, and it will be going on for the next 2 to 3 years. Because the headline is, I'm building a hotel. It's a huge accomplishment to say out loud, but there's a lot of work ahead. And after talking about all of the credit card points, miles, and a travel for free, get these free nights and all these free flights and a lot of other financial topics just on the channel, this is all of that knowledge into that next, like, real physical, tangible step. So I own the land, we're doing the development, like all the things are like in-house, and this is not some like sponsored ad or whatnot. And I'm not out here saying like, hey guys, like invest because without you guys this wouldn't happen. It's really not like this. It's the inverse of when in the world do we get the opportunity to be a part of the revenues, the cash flows, profits, etc. of this type of venture. Like imagine being able to invest in a Marriott, Hilton, Hyatts of the world, IHGs, what have us, irrespective of like the stock market, right? And this is basically in perpetuity, and it's a unique investment for sure. So if you're interested, check out the link in the description below. I'm happy to talk one-on-one and like go through those next steps. But mind you, like I'm not asking in that way. It's if you want to be a part of it. The context is there's 250 rooms up for sale, and there's other revenue generating activities which obviously I'll benefit for as well in the long term. But it's not just about me. It really is like let's grow together. And this is one of those dreams that like talking about the thing and then like literally creating the thing you talk about is like crazy. So with that, thanks for coming to the end, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.